on, cancels a surf carnival, and then you have a crack. You think I'm on something because I hit you? Do you ever consider the idea that maybe you deserved it? Listen, I hurt that knee was so bad you couldn't even walk on it, and now it's fine. Huh? Come on, mate, we saw you training at the beach today like a machine. Wait. You mean you and Indy? Do you even know we were the aggression? You want to see aggression keep going? I'm just here to help. What do you mean we? We're just here to help? Don't start. Shut up! I don't need to defend myself to you. And as far as Indy's concerned, you two make a perfect couple because I couldn't care less about either of you.
Oh, but he's really nice, really, and he joins us in studio, and he's been talking to lots of teenage girls outside. Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
You're getting a great welcome in Kilkenny.
I am getting a great welcome in Kilkenny. It's very nice, because I literally just got off the plane, and I'm a little bit sleep deprived, so it's nice to get such a warm welcome.
So you've come from New York straight to Kilkenny?
Yes, this is correct.
And what were you doing in New York?
I was actually shooting a pilot for a show.
This is the new show that's coming up. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to ask you about that or not.
It's just a pilot. It's not like it could potentially go into series, but at this stage it's just one episode.
You're just having a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are you working at the moment? Like, are you shooting episodes of Home and Away, or what's the story at the minute?
At the minute, I've just had kind of a couple of weeks off. So yeah, kind of enjoying seeing the world a little bit.
And Home and Away is 25 years old.
It's crazy, isn't it? I'm 20. I'm 27, so it's almost as old as me.
And when did you first become aware of it then, and all the stars in Home and Away?
Of Home and Away, I think most Australians would be aware of it from the time they're 6 or 7.
Yeah,
like fairly young. But I actually never really watched the show. Surprisingly, I mean, I think I might have caught little bits and pieces of episodes. But I was never a fan of the show, just because I think I watched other stuff at that time slot for whatever reason before I started the show, and then I started working on the show, and then I went, maybe I should watch it to see what's going on.
Before you got involved in it yourself. And how long have you been working in it?
3.5 years-ish. Yeah, so it's a decent amount of time.
And listen, Romeo has taken off, hasn't he?
Has taken off?
As a character, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. There seems to be...
Have you taken off, girls? What do you think? Yeah, they think...
Yeah, there's a little bit of love for Romeo in the room.
And does everybody recognise it? Do they recognise... I should let you drink your tea.
No, that's okay.
Your coffee.
Everybody recognise me?
Oh, yeah, coming from New York and stuff. Did they recognise you coming across on the plane?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't really notice anything, but then again, I was pretty sleepy.
Wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, wearing sunglasses, and I had a couple of girls come up to me when I arrived at the airport, just asking for photos. But it was fairly normal. It wasn't too chaotic, which was nice.
And we're getting happy birthday wishes in for you.
Oh, really?
On the text here, yeah. Tell Luke Mitchell we love Home and Away, and that comes from Teresa, Mark and Ash at Lochboyd. That's all kind of crunched in together.
Oh, that's lovely.
And could you please ask Romeo to say happy birthday to Gillian Ward in Castlecomer. She's 14 today and is homesick from school, and she's a great fan of Home and Away and Romeo in particular. Thank you so much. This would really cheer her up. Will I give you her name again?
Gillian Ward.
Well done.
Happy birthday, Gillian Ward. Get well soon, alright?
That'll make her day. I'll give you a chance to have a cup of coffee and talk to how it is that you're here with us, and with me as well in studio is Michelle Harding, and she works at Paul's. I'm not sure of your title actually, Michelle, because I think you're standing in for your mum. Was that a deliberate swap, by the way?
She backed away quickly. She didn't like being on air or having too much attention on herself. So.
And you said you wouldn't mind.
Well, I didn't get much of a choice. She ran.
So tell us what's going on. How did you get this guy to come here? Because he's a big star, isn't he?
Well, we've sponsored some of the suiting for the GA hurlers whenever they've got to the kind of All-Irelands in the past. So we were approached by Alma, then the PR company, and she said, would we be interested in sponsoring the best dressed lady?
And so this is this afternoon, out in
Gorn races.
Out in the sunshine?
Yes, we got a good day, considering the past few days haven't been so great. So we said, yeah, sure, why not? We'd love to be involved in something so good, so here we are.
And how did you get him to come across?
Well, that was the GAA. We didn't have
that. Was the GAA.
That was nothing got to do with Paul. I wish.
The GA?
Yeah, the GAA.
No.
Or the GA.
I feel like I should say yes, but no.
Have you heard about hurling?
Yes, I have been informed about hurling.
Have you? And it's not about getting sick. It's about something different.
Yeah, back in Australia, if someone was to say hurling, it would be throwing up after having too many drinks.
Exactly, but this isn't what this is about at all.
Yes, I understand that.
So you've arrived in the home of hurling.
Okay.
In Kilkenny.
Right.
Tipperary would say differently, but you're absolutely in the home of hurling.
Okay, so the hurling is the thing in Kilkenny.
The thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody called Henry Shefflin or Noel Hickey would be far more famous, I'm afraid, than you would be in.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm afraid so.
All right.
What have they told you about hurling?
That you run around with a big stick and it's dangerous, and you got to throw balls around.
Right.
And there's up to 15 players a side, and I kind of get the gist of it, but I haven't seen like a match, so I'd would like to see a match.
And you're going to be out there in Gorn Park this afternoon.
Yes.
And you'll meet the most famous hurlers in the world.
Really?
And one of the most famous hurlers, well, he's just retired, but he's of epic proportion, is a man called Noel Hickey, and that's his wife sitting beside you there.
Really? Wow.
You should shake her hand, or have you kissed her on the cheek or anything yet? He's a very formidable man.
Is he large? Is he a big man?
Tell us about him, Elaine, will you?
Yeah. Well,
he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us what he does on the pitch.
He plays full back for Kilkenny, so...
Is that the most important role in the team?
No, not really. No.
But if
you all of equally.
Elaine, if you Google Noel Hickeyisms, can you think of any of them? Can anybody think of any Noel Hickeyisms? I'm sure Catherine will send me in some, but they are basically that this man is a colossus in the middle of the field and nobody can get past him. And he's just retired. And they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
How tall is he?
He's 5'11".
Okay. Right.
Yeah, but he's tough, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's very gentle as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's a different side to him as well.
Elaine, it's the first time I've met you, I think, as well. I've talked to your husband in the past and on his retirement. He's hugely admired. But can we go back to what's your part, Elaine, in this afternoon, and what's going to be going on at Gorn Park?
I'm one of the judges for the most appropriately dressed lady for Paul's competition, and Deirdre Shefflin is also going to be helping us with Romeo, or Luke.
Yeah.
And basically we're just going to be viewing everyone that's there and trying to represent the most appropriately dressed lady.
And trying to protect Luke from the hordes of ladies who want to go and talk to him.
Helping you with the judging?
Because you're doing some of the judging as well.
I believe so. So I'm going to need some tips on what is deemed appropriate.
You're going to, absolutely. Have you got some tips for him, Michelle?
Well, I suppose the races have always been about elegant sophistication and something a little bit quirky, so you can look at their headpieces, you can see that they've done anything with their hats.
Hats are big at the moment.
Massive.
Yeah. And there are some very good milliners.
Yeah, we're actually wearing, Deirdre, myself and Elaine and Moira and I think Pearl as well, are all wearing hats by Rebecca Patterson. So she's designed some really super hats for us to wear as well. So it's been really good fun.
Surely Romeo is familiar with the international rules football series between Australia and Ireland, also a GAA sport. Somebody's taking you on there, Romeo or Luke. You know about international rules.
Yes, I do. I've seen that game played.
Very good. Well, it's different. Hurling is kind of a different code within the same thing.
Sure.
Hi, so is Romeo at Goran Park today? Yes, he is. Yeah. And please ask Romeo to say good day to Fran and Louise in Thomastown. Huge fans of Romeo. Thanks, Sue and Romeo. Do you mind being called Romeo?
I'm kind of used to it now.
Luke, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when you play a character with such a iconic name, it's kind of hard to. Yeah, I get it all the time. But that's fine. It's all good.
Good. And will you say hello to Mags, who's a great fan of Home and Away as well?
Hello, Mags.
And she's in a place called Carlow.
Carlow.
Yeah, Carlow. Yeah.
Oh,
we're broadcasting to Carlow and Kilkenny today. Yeah. Very good. So this is all a fundraiser. Elaine, you'll tell me about that. This is a fundraiser for the Kilkenny senior hurling team.
It is indeed, yeah.
Yeah,
all the races are named after different hurlers, and it's a fundraiser towards the team funds.
Yeah. For training and going on holidays when they win the All-Ireland again next year.
Hopefully.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Do any of the girls want to ask any questions, or are you all very shy? Would any of you like to ask a question of Luke? Anybody?
They're pretty forward in asking questions out there.
What were they asking?
I think they're a bit shy now.
Look at them all standing against the wall. Yeah, what were they asking you? What do people want to know about you, Luke? Can we have your what? Are you serious? Who are these two here? I have no idea.
I don't know. Who let them in? Isn't there some sort of security here?
Just arrived in, and who's this? Yeah, what kind of things do people want to know?
I suppose the most common things is, what's such and such like, what's Alf like, what's Brax like.
What's Alf like? I even remember he's around for years.
Yeah, he has been around for years. Alf is Ray Ma, who plays Alf, is an absolute legend. He's possibly the nicest guy you will ever meet in your life. When I first started on the show, he really took me under his wing and went out of his way to make me feel welcome and offer advice or tips and all that sort of stuff. And he really didn't have to do that. So I have a lot of affection for that man.
And is it a nice set? I mean, it's hugely successful, isn't it? Is it a nice set? Are they nice people to work with?
It's a fantastic set. I suppose it's a bit of a cliche, but everyone agrees that it's like a family, because the actors come and go on the show. But I mean, generally actors are on the show for at minimum 3 years. The main characters, and so you can't help but form such close relationships with your co-stars. Yeah. Not just the cast, but the crew as well. It really becomes one big family, yeah. And it's really lovely.
Have you ever met the Minogues?
No, I have not ever met the Minogues, unfortunately.
Would you like to?
Yes.
Did you watch those episodes?
No, I can't say that I did. Look, I think they're icons. They're Aussie icons, and I'd be flattered to meet them.
Will you stay with us for another little while, and we'll take a break and come back and just remind people about what's going on this afternoon in Goran Park.
Absolutely.
KCLR 96FM.
Yeah, we want everybody to sing that we're back on air there, girls, to sing the theme tune of Home and Away. Can everybody do it? Maybe you'll sing us out with Home and Away when we're finished. That's the cost of getting into the studio with Luke. Caroline from Loretto Secondary School, these are all Loretto Secondary School girls, wants to know if it's your first time in Ireland, Luke.
It is, in fact, my first trip to Ireland, first day in Ireland. I've heard so much about the place. I believe I actually have Irish ancestry.
Yourself and Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
He is Irish?
Yeah, he's just been here, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and he's got Irish ancestry as well.
Well, I figured Tom Cruise and I are pretty similar.
I think you're much nicer.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're much nicer, yeah. And it's the year of the gathering in Ireland, so we need to get everybody back to Ireland.
Yes, I was just talking about that with someone, and yeah, that sounds very interesting about Irish heritage and bringing people back to their roots.
Yeah, and of course half of Ireland is in Australia at the moment, isn't it? You've met most of them.
I have.
I bet, yeah. Michelle, can I go back to you to just remind people again why Luke is here and what's on this afternoon?
Well, the race is open this afternoon, and they're open for anybody, and I think the admission fee is only €10, and you can enter in, and there's the most appropriate dressed lady, which the four will be looking after, and then there's for the students as well. So any student that comes can be judged for the most appropriate dressed student. So there's a prize for that of €250 voucher for Paul's. And then for the most appropriate dressed lady, I think there's a €400 voucher. So there's some great prizes, and it's such a great day out, and it's for a good cause as well, promoting the old hurling in Kilkenny. So
absolutely. And is he good? You're going to meet the hurlers? Is Noel going to be out there?
Yeah.
Will they have their hurls with them?
I believe they will, and I think they're
not
going to.
They're not going to hurt me, are they?
Noel Hickey might. Yeah, one of the isms, the Noel Hickey isms, is Chuck Norris is frightened of Noel Hickey. So now you know that puts it in. Will you make sure he brings his hurl out and introduces the? Yeah, it's a great game.
What am I in for?
Fastest field game in the world, isn't that right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Will you say hello to Grania in IRS in Dublin? She's listening on the internet.
Grania?
Yeah.
Is that how I?
Yeah. Yeah, that's an Irish name.
Yes.
Sorry, yeah.
Hello there.
She'd be blushing. What are the Braxton brothers like, and are they really brothers? Asked Brona.
I hate them. No. They're off screen. They're all lovely people. I'm actually quite good friends with all three of them. I hang out with Lincoln Younes a fair bit, who plays Casey Braxton. And Steve Peacock, who plays Brax, is probably one of the most down to earth, humble guys you'll ever meet.
Have you any pets?
Currently no, but I love animals. I currently no, just because lifestyle is kind of difficult. But I would love to have some pets. I grew up with many different sorts of pets, and I'm looking forward to the day that I can have pets again.
And if you were to have a pet, Luke, what kind of a pet?
Am I restricted to only one, or can I have a few?
What do you think, girls? 3.
Alright, well, if I was to have 3, it would probably be a dog.
What kind of a dog?
Probably something like a German Shepherd. Probably a bigger dog, yeah. I'm not so much a fan of little dogs, because I figure if you want a little dog, just get a cat, and I like cats. So, probably get a cat, a dog, and then, I don't know, maybe a goldfish.
A goldfish?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Keep the cat away from the goldfish, probably. Say hi to Luke from Maybell in Carlow. Ask him what's his favourite sport.
My favourite sport? I love all sports, and possibly my new favourite sport could be hurling.
It surely could. There you are.
I played a lot of tennis growing up, so
I gather, yeah.
Tennis would probably be my favourite sport.
And do you keep very fit still?
I try. I try to keep fit, and I don't get to play tennis as often as I'd like to. But my younger brother is actually a professional tennis player.
And you could have been.
Well, I like to think I could have been, but yeah.
He's better, isn't he?
He's better. Yes. I don't like to admit that, and he's not listening to this because he's not in Ireland. So.
He could be on the World Wide Web listening, as they do. You'd be surprised. And what's your best memory of home and away?
Oh my goodness, too many. I was very blessed with a lot of my storylines. I mean, I got to go to Hawaii to shoot, which was amazing. I recently shot some stuff that you guys won't have seen yet, but so I won't spoil it for you, but it was basically one of the most unique scenes that has ever been seen on Home and Away. That was just phenomenal, and it looks terrific, so I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Coming to a TV set?
Yes, yes.
Can you give us any hint at all?
It doesn't take place on the ground.
Oh.
Yes, and it's not in a studio, and it's not green screen. It happens for real.
Water?
Not in the water either.
Oh, not in the water.
Not in the water either.
Did we say hello to Fran and Louise in Thomastown?
If we
say
didn't,
hello to them again anyway.
to Fran and Louise
And Louise in Thomastown.
in Thomastown. Hello,
Okay.
hello.
And I love this one. Hi Sue, he can have me for a pet. Says the texter.
Is that what sort of animal is this?
I don't know. It's a texter. And are you good at surfing?
I can surf, but I wouldn't necessarily call myself a surfer. I own a surfboard and I can stand up, but it's about the limits. There's some very good surfers in Australia, so I don't like to say that I'm a surfer, but I can surf.
Listen, enjoy your time in Ireland. You've been a brilliant sport, because I'd say you're absolutely banned. Jags come across from New York and straight in here, and you've been lovely with all the girls, and I think they all think that you're lovely as well. And Michelle, several texts asking what can people do, what time can they go out and meet themselves?
I think it's from 4 o'clock onwards. You can go out to the races. I think maybe till 7-ish is when kind of it finishes up. So anytime between 4 and 7.
Yeah, come on down and say hi. It only costs €10.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's in a great cause.
Yeah.
And say hello to Noel Hickey for us, Elaine. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you, Luke, and
Lovely to
best
meet
of
you.
luck. Are you staying in Kilkenny tonight? Do you know?
Yes, I am.
You are? What did you say?
I am staying, but I'm not telling where I'm staying.
Everybody will find out. Don't worry. Listen, thanks to Michelle Harding of Paul's, who are sponsoring this whole event. Lovely to meet Luke Mitchell, and if you didn't know who he was, you know who he is now. And Elaine Hickey, thanks a million for joining us, and we hope that Noel will be out and teaching him how to be a great hurler in Gordon Park this afternoon. That's it. Thanks to my producer. We get a round of applause. Catherine Blake and Emer, thanks to all our guests today, and we'll do it all again tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Top of the hour on KCLR.
In association with Marble City Travel, James...